Welcome YouTube. Welcome back to Sin City Living. This is our episode of Vegas Vice. I'm Jason.
I'm Louie.
And today we're just going to be talking about some general Las Vegas news, especially with this pandemic still ongoing. The most recent things that the governor came out with was he started to relax some of the restrictions for Las Vegas. As of the day after Valentine's Day, naturally he couldn't do it Valentine's Day the day before. He relaxed some of the restrictions, such as he moved the casino capacities from 25% to 35%. He removed the reservation requirement for restaurants, and he also changed the maximum number of people at the tables from 4 to 6 for indoor dining. For outdoor dining, there are no restrictions whatsoever on capacity. And that is supposed to go on for exactly 1 month. At the 15th of March, the capacity in the casinos is supposed to bump from 35% to 50%. So he's starting to relax these things. The mask mandate is still in effect, so you still need to wear your mask. Still need to wear it properly. No chin guards, no nose pickles, as Louis calls them. Hilarious. Got to wear it over your nose, over your mouth, because as shocking as it may be to some people, the chin does not lead to the lungs, but the nose does. I know it's a surprise, but that is actually how your lungs and nose work.
Oh, before we move on with that, I seen this meme. It's like breaking news: nose and mouth both connected to the lungs. Oh my god, that was pretty funny.
People are just. It's crazy.
People are just awful.
I see more people right now. I see more people kicked out of casinos because of mask issues than anything else.
Yeah.
Anything else. Yeah. So in addition to these restrictions being loosened up, some of the casinos are already starting to anticipate things moving on from there. So I know at least 3 of the properties, I want to say Park MGM and possibly the Mirage and one other, have gone back to
maybe Mandalay Bay.
It might have been Mandalay. Have gone back to 24/7 operations. They had shut down Monday through Thursday, like a lot of the strip properties have. But now they've moved back to 24/7 operations, so they're already anticipating things loosening back up a little bit. Vegas is still not going to loosen entirely up until we can get the conventions back. Once the conventions start coming back and people get a little bit more confident about travel, but it's mostly going to be the conventions. The conventions are going to bring in the crowds and hordes of people, and hopefully that and the success of that and the casino starting to make more money again and being busier again will bring in all the international travelers that we've lost.
Well, one thing I'm most excited about is the restaurants. I don't have to call and make reservations ahead of time. I could just walk right back in. That was
reservation thing was a nightmare.
You know what? It had its pros and its cons. You know.
What were the pros?
You had a guaranteed spot. If you were able to make that reservation, you had a guaranteed spot. But on the downside, if you call, they don't have a spot for you. You're kind of SOL.
That actually happens a lot in our pit. People will come up wanting to comp to one of the restaurants, and we would call and make a reservation for them. And more often than not, let's say it's like 8:30. When do you want to go? I want to go right now. Okay, well, we'll call them up. You have to have reservations.
Yeah.
The floor will call and then tell them, next available spot is 11:15. So, got a nice little wait ahead of you.
Yeah.
And the best part is when someone asks for a reservation because of the comp, and then doesn't leave the table, misses their reservation, and then gets mad.
Oh, I know. Happens all the time.
Oh my God.
All the time.
Hilarious. And then they start yelling at the floor. And give you a piece of advice. Yelling at the floor will never get you anything.
No.
Ever get you anything. In fact, as a piece of advice, I'll tell you this. As you ask for comps and get comps and get free play and anything where you're interacting with the floors or interacting with the restaurants. If you have a comp and you go to the restaurant and use your comp, pretty much anything that you're interacting with your player's card, there's notes. So if you're a jerk, there's notes.
Yeah.
If you're a great guy, there's notes.
Oh yeah.
Or lady or whatever. Couple, family. If you're wonderful, salt of the earth people, there's great notes in there about you. How much they absolutely love taking care of you, and how much you're always a pleasure to be around. If you get a comp and then you go and scream and yell at the restaurant and treat them like garbage, or try and take advantage of your comp, or try and overcomp yourself, there's definitely notes about that. And good luck on your next comp.
Yeah.
So always remember that you are remembered Even if you don't use your player's card, you are remembered. But yeah, things hopefully gonna loosen up.
Yeah, that's the plan, right? You know.
It is.
So let's try a little something new. Let's look up some Las Vegas news. Maybe we can talk about some more of the happenings going on right here in Vegas. See what we find.
What's going on in Vegas right now?
How about this one? Let's see. Entertainment returning to the Las Vegas Strip. Let's open this bad boy up. See what we got going on here. Okay.
I gotta get you our Wi-Fi password.
Okay. Okay.
Get you our Wi-Fi password.
Okay.
I've seen politicians move faster than your phone is right now.
Filibuster. Start to just
This is slow on Christmas.
Yeah. Okay, guys. I guess we're not doing that anytime soon. That was a bust.
That's,
and keep that in the video too.
well, yeah, that worked out really well.
Oh yeah, of course.
But hopefully, with the way all this is working out, with March 15th going to 50% capacity, assuming things don't just absolutely go in the toilet as far as the caseload and deaths and hospitalizations and all that, I would anticipate that within a month or two after that, it might move up to 65 or 75%, and hopefully by the middle of summer, maybe we're back up to 100% operations.
Yeah.
At that point, we'd probably be getting once we're at 100%, we should be getting the conventions back. And the conventions are Vegas's bread and butter. It's also a lot of what brings people out here.
Yeah.
And if we get the conventions back, we should get the entertainment back. We should get the singers, the magicians, all the big shows that we're not allowed to have because of capacity.
You know what though? Summertime in Vegas is actually pretty slow.
It's pretty mellow.
It's pretty slow, but if things open back up, I'm pretty sure we'd probably get summertime probably be popping. You know, it's probably gonna be booming.
In comparison to how it's been lately.
In comparison to how it's been,
booming,
right? Exactly.
sure.
It'll feel like it's booming, but
that's what we need. We need a bump in the summertime to restore some confidence and get these conventions confident as well and coming back, so we can start getting these big events in the fall and winter, which is usually when we get the really big ones. And that's what's just gonna help Vegas recover again. From what I was reading the other day, Vegas's visitation rate at the end of last year was the lowest since 1993.
Whoa!
27 years, more than a quarter of a century.
Jeez.
Since we were that low in our visitation rate.
That kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, very, very much so. Which is why all these dealers, there's so many dealers that are looking for jobs, looking for work. And actually, on that news, middle of March, it's also supposed to be a new casino opening.
The Resorts World?
Nope.
The Hard Rock
Resort Casino, the former Hard Rock. The word I'm receiving is that they are planning on opening middle of March.
Wow.
So that should be another destination to.
Now I heard that they're trying to bring back some of the people that were there when it was the Hard Rock.
That's the intent
word.
Is that everyone that wants to return that was laid off because it closed when it got bought and they were renovating it. Their intent is that everyone that was laid off then, if they wish, can return. And they've started working on that, which I think is
great. That's great.
I think that's absolutely awesome.
I think so too.
For them.
Yeah.
And then, from my understanding, they're not doing any hiring right now, at least as far as dealers. I've seen job lists for them, but not for dealers. And I think I'm positive after a year that all the dealers aren't coming back. There's absolutely no way. A bunch of them have either found other jobs, moved out of state, whatever it may be. I'm sure they're getting a lot back.
Yeah.
Not all of them. So my guess is they're basically laying out. They're not sure what the business load is going to be like. They're not sure how many dealers are going to be.
Right.
So they're going to open with what they got. And if they have to, they may run every dealer 7 days a week while they're hiring. If they happen to be super busy, if they happen to be super slow, then they may keep it trimmed down. But I think they're laying up to see what they need and to give themselves the ability to hire based on their business level instead of overloading themselves and then going, well, crap, now we have to give everybody. So that's at least my guess.
Well, better happen that way than you hire a bunch of people
and nobody's making any money.
Yeah.
Speaking of hotels, I don't know if I mentioned this one to you. Something I was reading about the last month. There's a hotel that was planning on opening this year, but obviously it's not going to happen here in Vegas. It's a chain. They're opening 4 or 5 around the world. It's going to be a couple years till the one comes out here in Vegas. Atari. Atari Hotel. It's not going to be a casino.
Atari, that's video game stuff, right?
Right. That's right. He's young. The Atari Hotel. Now, the facade of the building itself is going to look like the Atari symbol.
Whoa.
And while it's just a hotel and not a casino, from what I've read, they're going to have a massive focus on video gaming and esports. They're going to have arenas for esports tournaments. They're going to have video game setups all over the place, from classic video games all the way up to modern stuff. You know,
that esports stuff is huge.
It's massive, absolutely massive. So this could be huge, because that's one of the I almost want to say untapped markets for conventions. I mean, we do have tournaments out here and stuff like that, but there is no dedicated place that's really well known for being able to do these esports.
At least here in Vegas.
Right here in Vegas.
You go to South Korea, they have like
South Korea is huge.
They have like stadiums, like sold out stadiums to watch the esports.
And that's what the Atari Hotel is hoping to be. Now they're going to have I believe 5 around the United States, but the one in Vegas I'm particularly excited about, because supposedly like the game system, game setups, the game rooms, or so on and so forth, will be open to the public, not just to people that are guests.
Oh, really?
So
wow,
it sounds like it's going to be pretty. It sounds like it's going to be pretty awesome, pretty different. Yeah, but pretty awesome. I'm actually really looking forward to it.
Yeah, that sounds like a good time. Sounds pretty fun.
It will be. I'm thinking it'll be pretty cool. I don't think it'll be on the strip. I think it'll be slightly off the strip, but since it's not a casino,
right? It doesn't really matter, right?
Not to mention they are probably going to be definitely catering to both the over and under 21 crowd.
Right.
So they'll be better off staying slightly away from the strip.
Right.
But that could also be a great thing to do with the family. You want to come out to Vegas with the kids. You come out to Vegas with the kids. You know, chuck them into a room full of video games with a $50 bill.
No, that's not bad.
Older kid to watch them, and head on out and go do what you really
Go do what you do. Play the adult games.
Blackjack tables, or the craps table.
Yeah.
You have anything else, Lily?
Before we kill this, I don't know why. I find this hilarious. That little news outlet thing that I was trying to pull up earlier finally loaded, and for whatever reason, I'm reading, and it's talking about Carrot Top like returning and performing in front of a live audience again. And
it's better. In front of a dead audience. Yeah,
that's true, but Carrot Top's still around.
Yeah, he's like 80.
Yeah, that's the point I'm trying to bring up. Is he's still around? That dude's like he gets older and more. Like the older he gets, the more jacked he gets, and tanner. And
I know he does. He looks like a baseball glove.
Oh my gosh!
But he is pretty funny. I've seen some interviews with him. He's pretty quick-witted. He's not bad.
I guess. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm too young to understand. You know,
it's true. You weren't. Yeah, Atari. It's not a video game.
No, Atari. They don't just make video games anymore. Or systems. They make games themselves now that are you can play on Xbox or PlayStation, and it's still.
They always did.
Okay.
When the Atari started to get beaten out by Nintendo, they shifted away to just.
See this is I'm going to just start sinking away.
Fantastic video games.
Yeah, I'm going to start sinking away.
Kids these days.
You know, they have I think it's Atari. They have the giant. It's over by the McCarran Airport. It's on Sunset. It's like a giant facility, and I think it says like Atari on it. I think that's where they have their headquarters. It's Atari or I forget what, but it's a video game.
Atari, Sega, Nintendo.
No. It might be Atari. Not 100% sure. I'll get back to you on another video, okay? And we'll let you know.
You will return to that.
I'll return to that. I'll bring it up out of nowhere, too. Like, we still talking about that? Yeah, now we are.
Yeah, well, you got to live in the past. All right, YouTube, thank you very much. This episode of Vegas Vice. I'm Jason.
I'm Louie.
Don't forget to like and subscribe us. Be sure to check us out on Patreon. We'll see you next time.
Bye.